The Australian echallenge is an entrepreneur competition that teaches our participants entrepreneurial leadership, how to identify business opportunities, raise venture finance, how to develop a strategic plan, and importantly, how to present that to panels of investors so that you can raise the necessary finance to get your business going.
Our business is a weighing and labelling system for the food industry. So we're able to print contextual information on a food label. For example, if you went to the supermarket and bought cheese, it may have an offer on there for 20% off biscuits, for example, and we've patented that process within Australia. Being part of the echallenge was an invaluable experience. I don't think we'd actually be who we are as a business today without it. It definitely gave us a leg up into a really, really competitive industry. Startup business is very, very, very hard, and any opportunity that you have to get out there, meet with people, have mentoring, learn business planning and strategy from the ground up and from people who know what they're talking about and have been through it, it is just the best thing.
So Fit Us In is a website and a mobile application that allows gyms to upload and edit instant offers for any time frame they like. So if it's a Wednesday afternoon, for example, and they have available slots in a class or equipment isn't being used, then they could send out exclusive offers. echallenge was really important in terms of taking the first steps, because without that I think a lot of people can have an idea but they just don't really know where to get started, or maybe they start to an extent but then they don't have the support around them, so they stop. We'd made a start on it, but without that support I think it could have been maybe a fairly lonely journey without really knowing what to do. So it was just important because whenever there was a little hurdle that we had to overcome, we knew that we were part of this program and we had a lot of connections and mentors that we could reach out to.
Bozzy is a bit like a LinkedIn for blue collar workers that really looks after connecting work and workers, looks after their training and qualifications, deals with timesheets and uploading timesheets to make that an easier process. The actual week by week process of meetings and the like were highly focused, and an extraordinary team environment was really created out of that. By having that focus and having such a little amount of time meant that we had to get a lot done in a very short space, and that created a focus, the likes of which I really haven't experienced before.
So I was studying a master's in entrepreneurship, and the echallenge for me was a practical opportunity to actually put everything that I'm learning and test it out in the real world. So it was a learning by doing opportunity. They say that anyone who's ever been in the shower has had an idea, but it's what you do when you get out is what makes the difference. And the echallenge was that platform to say, this is an idea, and I'll come and test it out, shout it out to the market, tell other investors, bring on team members. So all of a sudden, we had to be serious. And it's because we were pushed in the water, we learned how to swim. Every step along the way, we observed this idea take form. All of a sudden, there was a financial model. It was the questions, the prompts that made us think about areas that hadn't even crossed our mind.
The process of echallenge is very exciting. Bringing the team together, complementing each other with one person had one strength in marketing, whereas another one was a brilliant strategist and someone else was really focused in IT, and just leaning on each other's strengths to come together and form a team was a really fun process. And then going and learning all of these things together and seeing each other develop was just, it's just business, and it's what we love to do.
As a key thing, validation was certainly the thing that we got out of it. I think too, it was a focal point. We had to have something completed by a certain date that got a certain job done, and that really was the catalyst for the entire business to start operating. The process around the echallenge provided a structure for us to put that all together.
We've still been in close contact with the mentor that we had throughout the program, and he's somebody that's very experienced in investment. He helped us take it beyond that concept stage where we're actually talking about it, in terms of being a high value business. That was almost a new thing, I guess, for somebody that just had an idea and that was it. The mentoring side of it, and just the fact that that can actually continue beyond the program. So we were matched up through the program, but I think the mentors there are really committed to helping the companies, and if there's a connection in those early stages, then it seems as though some of them are prepared to stay on board after that.
I imagine the echallenge as a business laboratory, a place where I'm allowed to experiment, test an idea, and take a risk. Because within these 6 months, I have access to mentors, experts, a lot of tools and knowledge to take my idea from just an initial concept to a robust business model. And that whole process of knowing there's a parachute, some sort of cushioning, and people to hold me if I fall down makes a big difference in how you approach a business.
The power of echallenge, even regardless of the end result, is basically the way that it can help you take a simple concept and a basic business idea and actually commercialise that in a very short amount of time.
All universities seek to be relevant to the business communities that they operate in. What the Australian echallenge can do for your institution is to help raise the profile of your organisation in the community, help to ensure that the community recognises that your institution is relevant to the community and that you're not just an ivory tower research institution. It also establishes your place in the market as an entrepreneurial leader, one that instills confidence in your students. It also raises a profile of your organisation with government. The Australian echallenge is run by the Entrepreneurship, Commercialisation and Innovation Centre at the University of Adelaide. It's a proven formula that's been developed over a period of 12 years. Each year, it takes a group of young, bright entrepreneurs and channels their enthusiasm into groups of investor-ready early-stage ventures. We invite you to partner with the University of Adelaide in hosting the Australian echallenge in your organisation.